Whoa, 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 whoa.
We not live yet, yo. Flag on the play. Are you off sides, man? All right, here we go. I'm gonna play the intro and then.
Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
God is gonna destroy this empire, man. Let me tell you something, black man. You gotta put on your strength now, man. Put back on your strength and might, black man, because your day is coming. Your day is coming because the Lord is gonna bring judgment on this earth.
Whoa, whoa, to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Shalom, Israel. And it's Chop and Cut, episode number 7.
Just clap
How
it
y'all
up.
feel about that? Episode number 7,
Clap it
man.
up. We back. We back.
Back
We
again.
We still in the game. We still going.
Back
Right.
again.
Late, but we here. You know what I mean? Always, though. You know, no sweat. We got a couple of videos, man. Banging videos. You know what I'm saying? We're going to jump straight into it. Oh, hold on. Introduction. You know what I'm saying? Boom. The officer, of 1,000 of the Eastern Shore, and officer Aisha Allah, man. Let's give it hey, y'all. Aisha Allah.
Here.
Y'all gotta check Aisha Allah out on his TikTok, man.
Oh yeah, we out here.
Allah is an amazing teacher, and he's funny as hell. You hear me? He got all the jokes for all the heathens. I mean, out of Virginia, we got Officer 500 Younger Dog. Let's
That's
give
right.
it up.
Lord Christ, Lord Christ, what's going on? What's going on?
Younger Dog got all the scriptures. You know what I mean? He gonna be one of the greatest breakdown classes. You know what I mean? He gonna be in the top. I mean, as soon as he start doing his breakdown classes, he got all the precepts. You know what I mean? And Virginia just opened up a new school too.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
right.
mean,
yeah.
what's the address for Virginia school, sir?
804 Church Street. You know what I'm saying? We still getting the paint and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Good to go. So to be ready for everybody coming in. You feel me?
That's
But right
for
over there, 804 Church Street out there in Norfolk. You feel me? We're gonna be out there. You know what I'm saying? In the street. Out there, food, clothes, you know what I mean? Counseling, the whole nine. So y'all definitely make sure y'all check us out. Y'all check us out on, you know what I'm saying, on ISUPKVA. On TikTok, No Cowards Virginia on YouTube, No Cowards Richmond on YouTube. And we out there. You feel me?
Right.
We out there. You know what I'm saying? So
And if you're scared of the hood, because they school right in the middle of the hood, I shall. You was there too. Yeah, you was there. My bad, sir. They school in the middle of the hood.
Ain't nothing but a
That's who
thing.
you want to be, though.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
Facts. Hey, Christ went to the people. You know what I'm saying? Christ went to the people.
Right.
He wasn't like these pastors that sit back in they stadium-sized churches. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Doing the electric slide, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Christ didn't do that, so we don't do that either. You know what I'm saying? We follow you know what I'm saying? The order, the guidance, command, Junior Hunter have given us over all these years. We out there in the streets where our people at, man. You feel me? No doubt.
All right, and we also got
Officer Karai. You know what I'm saying? We got Officer 500.
Oh, yeah.
Karai, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we forgot about him.
We can't leave Karai out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We was out there in B-More yesterday. You feel me? Out there in B-More yesterday. Out there in the hood again, out there at Lexington Market, getting it in.
Listen,
you feel me?
Officer Karai is a brother that's full of zeal. You understand? Yeah, I mean, like this is a brother with straight drive. You know what I mean? For pushing this truth, and he's so creative, man. Like he's extremely artistic. In the Baltimore school, all the enhancements that you've seen with the murals on the walls, you understand, all that is that brother's, hard work and vision. And even this show, you know what I mean? A lot of people might not know Officer Karai.
Facts.
Officer Karai was like, yo, we need to do a podcast. we need to do a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like we launched a little while back. Yeah, I mean, but then schedules got kind of crazy. But now he's like, hey, we need to start it back up. Brought in Officer Yagadar. Here we are. We're going strong with that thing this time. And just the other day, he hit me up. He wants to do a second podcast. Understand it? Like, this is a brother that is full of zeal. He has no breaks when it comes to pushing
he like Issachar and Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? Cross between Issachar and Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? Three jobs.
Yeah, man. But this is a brother that's a hardworking brother, man. And again, he's in the video department. For Baltimore. And I mean, that brother, he's just extremely aggressive. All right. And again, we appreciate it, brother. No sweat. So with that,
all right, we got some fire videos. Y'all gonna go ahead.
You got it. Go ahead, run it.
No, y'all wanted to name them, or y'all just want to jump straight into it?
Name them. Let them know what's coming up, and then we'll start with.
And Salaki, if I may, you know what I'm saying, before you jump on that, you know what I'm saying, just want to shout out to the audience that's out there, you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna give a salute to all the brothers, you know what I'm saying, that's coming in. Yabashim Yashar Baka Thumb, to all the Akim that's gonna join us tonight, that's already joined us tonight, and to the Akwathian that's out there, Yawashimah Thumb Bashim Yawashai. Don't be shy. Y'all got questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the chat. You feel me? Right. Y'all got questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the chat. You feel me? We gonna hey, that audience participation is where it's at. You feel me?
Come on with it.
That's it.
All right, so we got the Nottoway.
Mm-hmm.
The Nottoway matching burnt down. I think we're gonna hit y'all with that first. Then we're gonna go to the I forgot it. Salakia.
One of Baltimore's finest. Jamal Bryant, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Putting BMO on the map for all the wrong reasons again.
This guy.
And then we also was going to talk about. I'm sorry, go ahead.
He's not in Baltimore no more, is he?
Nah. He went to the new Sodom and Gomorrah.
The new Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah. Atlanta.
Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to rub elbow with Tyler Perry, you feel me?
And TD Jakes.
Yeah, exactly. And
Creflo Dollar in Atlanta too, right?
All your main Atlanta, that's home of Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? So of course it would bring them all back there, it draws them all back. You know what I'm saying? That's like they Mecca.
That's crazy that all of it seems like the bulk of the LGBT community is in Atlanta. And it just so happened to be where all of the pastors are.
Salaki, you can go to Atlanta
and
ride down Martin Luther King Drive. I think that John go miles and miles and miles, and just see the ratchetness just increase. You know what I'm saying? The further and further you go down there. So now you're absolutely correct. You know, that's Sodomite Central, baby. Sodomite Central.
And then our last video, y'all, was gonna be it's gonna be a segment we call Esau Going Wild. That's correct. We're gonna hit right back. We're gonna get straight into it, y'all.
Yeah, we also got the little update on the Carmelo Anthony situation.
Facts. I think we touched on that a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty hot story. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to touch on that.
So we're gonna start with this plantation joint real quick. Let me share a screen. Boom. Really ain't gotta share no audio because it's just the article at this point.
Facts. Well, I did send you a short on it. You know what I'm saying?
I got it. I just wanted
to I got you.
Talk about it because they jump right into what they got to say about it.
Facts.
Yeah, hear some perspective.
So if y'all in
the article says that there's a video the Nottoway plantation. I don't know if anybody knows, but here in America, as wrong as they know slavery was or act like they know it was, you know what I'm saying? They hold on to their history. You understand? They hold on to these things like that damn Confederate flag.
Facts.
Like they're these are things that they are proud of, you know what I'm saying, by all intents and purposes, like by their behavior. They're very proud of these this history, So there's a plantation that was pretty much operational, from what I understand. Like this wasn't like some old, rundown, plantation that was just, in the middle of some field somewhere. Like this was a thing that was fully operational. I don't know exactly what they were doing there. If I had to guess, they were probably reenacting all things slavery. You understand?
Salakia, the one I think, you know what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure they did do reenactments. It was a very active, year round, you know what I'm saying, plantation that was still running, still making bread for the family. It's in the area that in Louisiana that they call White Castle. You feel me? Called White Castle. And it's known for being a wedding destination. Not only a wedding destination where they get married at, they go and, you know what I'm saying, spend their wedding at, and so forth. So that's what's a lot of people, even when this was happening, a lot of people was going on online sharing their wedding photos, you know what I'm saying, of them being there. There were even, I think, if I'm not mistaken, even the school system would have field trips and field trips and so forth, even proms. One brother showed pictures of they did a prom there. So you imagine if you were in that area and your prom this year is at the Nottoway Plantation. So I mean, it was a very popular destination. 53,000 square feet is how big this big house was. 53,000 square feet. You feel me?
You said this is the big house.
This is the big house. Facts.
Salat, when I was reading up on it, and I'm just going off of what I remember when I was reading is he lived in a non-slave, which was considered a non-slave state, with his father, and then he moved to what was considered a slave state, and he started making money off of he had a steam mill, he had a steam mill, like sugar cane type operation. He made so money, and he contribute, and because that was different, he made so much money off of it. Plus, he played a big part in the Confederates, with the Confederates during the war. Even his sons, he sent all his sons to fight, in the Confederates in war, and he made a lot of money.
And Salakia Karaf, if I may, you know what I'm saying, just kind of add, it was he actually came from Virginia, so it wasn't that he came out of you talking about John Hampton Randolph. He actually came out of Virginia, so he didn't leave a non-slave state. He just he left a state that was King Cotton. He left a slave state that primarily dealt with cotton and went to, you know what I'm saying, Louisiana down there. They dealt with the sugar cane. You feel me? They dealt with the sugar cane. You know what I'm saying? So he left there, went down there, and like I said, made a bread, one of the biggest lasting ones in the South. You feel me? And I think we had talked about it before when we a couple Passovers back when we went to in Raleigh. When we went to the Stagville plantation, and how that joint is like 53 something square miles. You feel me? So I think in our minds, we think of plantations as something small, something contained, when in reality they weren't. You know what I'm saying? When you look at a city like Baltimore, Chicago, or Detroit, it's no surprise that the city's the way it is. A lot of times they'll blame us for the crime, blame us for the conditions of it, but they're used to having these big, large areas, you know what I'm saying? Large areas, these cities, pretty much. And they're used to corralling us and controlling us within these cities. They designed them that way. You feel me? So, so I just wanted to add that to you. He came up, he wanted one of Virginia's finest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Salaki, he did make a money with cotton. I think after that war, he left that whole complex to his wife, because he was making money, and he kept adding to the property. And when you look at the whole map of air view, bird's eye view of the plantation, like where the slaves was at was all the way in the back in the corner, and they said that it was like a certain border where the slaves couldn't come, like they had to be requested or asked to come to the house or a certain feet away from the house. But it was a big plantation because even now they still got the place where the slaves used to live at. And I think they call it something. They call it like a stable. When I was reading it, they call it like they call it a stable. That's exactly what they call it. I think there's another word added to it, but basically like a stable where like, you hold animals and stuff like that. And after the war, he moved back to Virginia and he tried to make money off of cotton again. He tried to make money off of cotton while his wife ran this plantation, but he ended up dying. Yeah. I mean, that's just a little bit of history on the dude. But when you look up steam, the steam mill, I looked that up, man. They say it takes so much work and it's so dangerous back then for you to do steam mill. So I can just imagine how many slaves, like when you go to a job, it's safety rules, it's certain things you do, it's certain things you can, it's you know what I mean? But for them slaves to just be able to run that, like again, it shows how intelligent and show how blessed, how much of the children of Israel we really are. And saying, and then I just know how dangerous it was. You know what I mean? For them to run that with almost none of the safety things that we have, none of the helmets, none of the gloves, nothing. You know what I'm saying? They was in. Go ahead, sir.
I was going to just add to what you were saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like the Bible says that Jacob is the former of all things. He had the slaves build a plantation. He had them build that house. So that house, you know what I'm saying, that lasted this whole time. The slaves built that house. It wasn't no white foreman in there. You know what I'm saying? Put this here, nail that there. The slaves built that house. We saw the same thing when we visited the Stagville plantation. The slaves built the house. You can see the ingenuity in them building it. They weren't allowed to have certain you know what I'm saying, tools or whatever, because they would be considered weapons. They weren't allowed to have like nails and things like that. So they built it. They built like wooden pegs that would lock the structure in. You know what I'm saying? So these structures were still lasting this entire time. You know what I'm saying? Cap done broke it down before. When you look at the skyscrapers and all that in America, the Native Indians, a lot of Native Indians built that. A lot of the structures you see like in the South, all over the country, the slaves built that. The slaves built the damn White House. You feel me? So, Karai, you absolutely correct in what you're saying. We the ones who built everything. And again, so as much as they try to take and rob from us and say we don't contribute to this country, they always quick to say leave and get out. Well, I always say we leave and get out, let's take everything that we put in here then. There wouldn't be nothing left here but the damn dust. And truth be told, they wouldn't even have that because it wasn't their land to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So you are absolutely correct with that. You know what I'm saying? The slaves built that place. We built everything. I yield right there.
No sweat. But go ahead, Cora.
No, I was going to add to what he was saying again because I think I was watching videos on it on YouTube and I was reading up on it. They did say that every building that was on that plantation that the slaves built. You know what I'm saying? Adding to all of the money that he was making because he was jamming with his steam mill. And I was bringing it back to that, like, yo, added on to that, like them operating that steam mill, like, Salakia, when what Officer Yagadar said, whenever you hear a white person say, like, they built this country, like, bro, no, that our ancestors really built this. You know what I'm saying? That steam mill would not be like, I think about when I was in school and I used to think about when they used to say that they used to rent, slaves used to rent their, architects out, you know what I mean? Or different people like that. Whereas though, it was an argument about could slaves read, and was like, yo, a lot of people that did the blueprints for certain houses, they had to read. They had to know how to read. So of course we know how to read. They just didn't want us reading the Bible. Right? You know what I'm saying? But like when they ever saying that like we didn't build nothing, like, yo, we were the architects. You know what I mean? Going back to Labor Day. You know what I mean? The whole reason why, General Mahaiman broke this down in one of his classes, saying, Labor Day is offensive to us. You know what I'm saying? Labor Day was created for us because we had skill. You know what I mean? To try to take it away from us, because when we came out of slavery, our fathers taught, you know what I mean, our their sons the same skills and the same trades, you know what I mean, today, then we had it locked down where we came out of slavery like masters of architect and stone masonry and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So they did nothing. All they
Right.
like today, they only benefiting off of us. Even
Right.
when they do build something, they're benefiting. The knowledge that they have is off of the benefit from my ancestors being a slave in America.
Facts. And Salaki, if I may, you know what I'm saying, I put up a old verse, you know what I'm saying, to share, Officer Ashal, if you could, you feel me? Because like what Karai is saying is so heavy, like everything that they have, they get from us. I mean, we can do a whole show, we can do a whole week of shows based off just the things that we've built, you know what I'm saying, that's here, that's still here to this day, that America capitalizes off of. America don't build anything anymore. The only thing that America exports is our talent. That's all they export now. People come here for the things that we have already built. Everybody wants to be American. We add the flavor to America. You know what I'm saying? It's a scripture in the Bible that says that we are the salt of the earth. And we are the salt. Without America, without us, without Black, Latino, and Native American Indian people here, America will be Russia. America will be Poland or Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it looks like when we're not there. We built the pyramids in Egypt. You feel me? We built the pyramids. Yo, you talked about the steam factories on Kara, but the steam engine, that's us. The automotive, the car, that's us. The transmission, that's us. We built that. We built the cotton gin on the damn on the slaves, open heart surgery. That's us. Everything that you listen, you go down, your refrigerator, your air conditioning, your stoplight, all of these things come from us. The internet that we are using right now, that's the sister Dr. Shirley Jackson. The fiber optic cables that are in the ocean right now that the internet signal goes across, she the one that came up with that. The fact that we can look at this screen right now in color, you feel me? That was a Puerto Rican brother. You feel me? So everything that they have comes from us. It's nothing that they have that don't come from us. Now they'll take it, they'll steal it and put their name on it. Like the light bulb, they'll take it and say Thomas Edison did it. That's a lie. That filament in that light bulb, that came from a brother too. Everything comes from us, and it tells us right there in the Bible. Jeremiah 10:16 says the portion of Jacob is not like them. When it's talking about Jacob, you know what I'm saying? It's talking about Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. You're talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? It says, for he is the former of all things. We the beginning, we the former of all things. Like Hara was saying, even the stuff that they use now in America, it comes from us. You feel me? Every time I go to the doctor, my rib got to go to the doctor, I'm pissed off. We shouldn't have to pay for healthcare. And the reason why we shouldn't have to pay for it, when you go, I think of a doctor by the name of Williams, right? Sadistic. He went and bought the slaves, the sisters. He's like the father of gynecology, right? He went and bought sisters off the plantation and bought this big house, another big house, just so he can operate 24 hours a day, pretty much. He was cutting open our sisters, operating on her, no anesthesia. You feel me? He'll wake up and cut on them again and operate. Same spot over and over and over again. They would make our sisters get on all fours, you feel me, to give birth, to operate on them. What, with a room full of damn devils up in there. You feel me? So again, it says he is the form of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. You know what I'm saying? These oppressors know that. You know what I'm saying? The 12 tribes, Black, Latino, Native American Indians, and we are the inheritance of the Most High. The Most High left us an inheritance. The rest of these nations knew it. That's why they stole us. They didn't build America with Ishmael. They ain't build America with the Moabites. They went and got the children of Israel to build America, just like Egypt built up America with the children of Israel, just like all these empires have. Why? Because we are the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts, the Most High of hosts is his name. We belong to the Most High. That's why the Most High put his name on us. He put his name on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I yield right there.
No sweat. Here's what I find interesting about these damn things. Like, they love to hold on to their heritage, man.
But you're not supposed to.
Like they love to celebrate, you know, like their glorious plantations. You know what I'm saying? They love to celebrate, you know, their Mount Rushmores, the Washington Monument. You know what I mean? Like like even with their stupid holidays, you know what I'm saying, the 4th of July, they love to celebrate that what the so-called victories. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Facts.
But every time we want to bring up the bullshit that they done, you know what I'm saying? Somehow we wrong for remembering that.
Facts.
We
Facts.
can't just let that go. We can't just let that slide. We just can't get over that. Here they are in 2025 with a fully operational damn plantation in America. Yes, like I don't know. You got to be some kind of special delusional to see that this is to think that this is okay.
And be
You know
the
what I'm
first
saying?
ones to say that they didn't do slavery. They don't benefit from slavery. Y'all let that go. It's in the past. Officer,
Yeah.
I shot all of you. Got a victim mentality.
Jesus Christ. Listen.
They children probably making money. Like they hosting events there.
Come on.
Somebody making money off of that. He had kids. His kids had kids. They probably, you know, got
Yeah,
some type
cousins.
of deal with somebody that they partner with, where they a silent partner, and they making money. You know what I mean? Off of our father's plantation. I mean, well, his wife did sell it. You know what I mean? She sold the plantation, but still, you know, they got friends and all that stuff. They still benefiting off of the relationship or whatever in the sales and the events. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no sweat.
I'm trying to look it up now again because it was treated as a resort. So yeah, it's making a ton of bread. It's retreated as a resort. You know what I'm saying? Wedding destination plantation. It's sold for 3.1. I'm trying to see how much it generates every year. And of course, they're trying to be.
Who do you think would go have a wedding there? What people would go have a wedding?
Sadly, out of one, it's mainly Esau. It's mainly them. Yeah.
You don't even have to finish with
sadly, out of one, it's a lot of us as well. It's mainly Esau, but yeah, you get a good portion of you know what I'm saying? Some step and fetch it, Stockholm syndrome having, you know what I mean, Black MAGA, Make America Great Again, that go there too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I mean,
syndrome worse than COVID.
I mean, that come from, and then the brothers who don't know, because a lot of brothers don't know like the history. You know what I mean? I never heard of the Nottingham plantation, but for them that don't know, they glorify money. You know what I mean? They see a mansion, and you know they want to go there. And I know when they went there, they probably found out when they went there. So they still, you know, it's still on them. I mean, they're gonna go to the plantation, huh? Go ahead, sir.
No, I was gonna say, you know what I'm saying, the peak revenue for Nottoway in 2023 is $2.7 million in May.
Come on.
They
love their heritage, man. They're gonna keep making money off of nonsense.
That's profit. Like that. It's crazy, man. That's crazy.
And it kind of remind me, look, is that like Memorial Day coming up? Am I mistaken? It's got to be soon.
I think it's tomorrow, out of one.
Yeah, like they value that, like white people value their heritage in a way that Black people are not allowed to.
Facts.
You understand? Like we can't like us as Israelites, we are not allowed to attempt to value the heritage that the Most High has, you know, for us as His chosen people. It is taboo. You understand? In this land, for us to say, you know what, those are our people. Our people did great things. Our people worship a real God. You understand? Our people have awesome traditions. You know what I mean? Like our feast days actually mean something instead of some pick a holiday that's based on something goofy. You know what I'm saying? All of them. Facts. Like we get ostracized for trying to hold on, you know, to this thing that the Most High gave to us specifically. Meanwhile, they're allowed to have plantations. You know what I'm saying? They're allowed to have holidays that like Thanksgiving. They're allowed to celebrate Thanksgiving, which is literally the victory feast of slaughtering all the Native Americans in North America. You understand? Like they're allowed to have that holiday every year And people not only don't say a damn thing about it, they celebrate with them. And that is just that's a special kind of sick and just slow.
Right.
I mean, when there's people that are affected by that.
Right.
You know?
Facts.
Khan. They celebrated. Other Native American, I got into an argument with one of my aunts, because all of my aunts on my mother's side, there's 12 of them, they all are Native American Indians. And my grandfather on my mother's side is a Native American Indian. I gotta argue with them like, why we celebrate it? You know what they say. I make it mean something else to me. It means something else to me. You know what I mean? They gonna go to that plantation. You gonna tell them like, yo, this is a plantation. They gonna be like, well, I mean, they gonna try to. Well, it's my birthday. Well, it's my anniversary.
It's about family.
It's about family. We on vacation. You know what I mean, or something like that. Like we get reminded of that. But but let you say something or a story about the Holocaust. It's just it's traumatic. You know what I mean? You can't even speak about it. But somebody got to celebrate the death of their people every year, or they got to watch everybody in the world celebrate it. We got to look at this plantation every day. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's so heavy that you say that. That really should be a default defense mechanism or a default response for Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Would it be all right? Just flip it. Would it be all right if it was Amalek? Would it be all right if it was a Jewish man? You know what I'm saying? Would it be all right for that Jewish man to move back to Germany and say, let bygones be bygones? If they never left Germany, if they never left, they stayed there, would it be all right for them to celebrate the same holidays that they celebrate in in Germany, and not hold on to any of their customs and their belief, which is what we do here in America? You know what I'm saying? That should be a default response to us. But the reason why it's that way is, again, we let go of our heritage and our culture. The Bible says, why dost thou trim thy ways? We trim our ways for love. We want to be loved and accepted by these people so much that we'll get rid of anything. We'll get rid of everything. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing that sacrificing your identity, sacrificing who you are, your heritage and your culture, you don't have anything else. You don't have that inheritance to pass down to your children. This is why our children act and respond the way that they do. We didn't give them anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm quick to tell people when they want to blame the young folks, it ain't their fault. It ain't their fault. We didn't give them anything to be proud of. We didn't give them anything to hold on. We gave them a slave legacy and a slave mindset. We gave them not away plantation to be proud of. When you play this video, this clip right here, you got a brother at the end that he reminiscing about the people that used to work there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people lost their jobs. You know what I'm saying? So we hold, because we didn't hold on to who we are, we allow, you know what I'm saying, for their culture, their ways to become our ways. It's going to be a lot of brothers and sisters going to celebrate Memorial Day tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of them going to celebrate 4th of July, when none of those days, none of those holidays had anything to do with us. Now, Memorial Day is different, but we still don't celebrate that as well. You feel me? But it's just a little bit different just because it's one of the things that we actually originated and started. But even that, though, again, it's still being proud to be here. How you proud to be the slave still? You feel me? That's all I want. I yield right there. You can go ahead and run it whenever you're ready.
Yeah. The last thing I want to say about it is like just back to Memorial Day, right? You know that there was a civil war in America with the Confederates, you know what I'm saying, fighting against the Yankees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the South versus the North, basically.
Facts.
Right. So like even this country was split at one time. Yeah, I mean, they were divided, and the South was always real big on their history, you know what I'm saying, and their legacy and their heritage and their way of doing things, which is what the damn Civil War was about in part. You know what I mean? They all wanted to make money, but the South wanted to make money on the backs of slaves, and the North was like, we can still make money. You just ain't necessarily got to use slaves. And the South was like, damn that. I just expanded this plantation. I ain't giving up my slaves.
Salakia the one. Salaki, if I may, out of one, it really wasn't so much that they didn't want to use the slave. The South was using the slaves to get representation inside the government. So they was using them. They wanted to get votes and all that. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to be able to count them for representation. You know what I mean? The bigger they were, they wanted to be able to count them slaves as part of their stat, as part of the statistics, as part of the stats, the census. By doing that, now they get more pull. They get more pull inside the legislature, the government. They got more say so now. The North was like, nah, yeah, them ain't real fucking people. Y'all can't use them. You know what I'm saying?
Came from. That's that 3/5. You know what
I'm
saying?
Facts. That was the compromise.
Of a person.
That was the compromise. You know what I'm saying? So now it wasn't really so much the North wanted to make bread without them. Nah, the North wanted to use the slaves as well. The North still used slave labor. The North just didn't want to. The North just didn't have the numbers that the South did to support making them full-fledged, you know what I'm saying, citizens and using them for the vote. They was going to lose out that way. So it's kind of like whenever you see any kind of dispute or fight for them, you feel me? None of it. Like I can give you a good example. You get a lot of devils, you know what I'm saying, when we in a comment section arguing or whatever, they'll say, well, I went to war and I fought for your rights. And I'm quick to jump in there and be like, nah, you fought for guns, oils, and drugs, which is what America always fight for. You fought for the resources. You was stealing out that land, but you didn't fight for us. You know what I'm saying? Even Abraham Lincoln didn't emancipate the slave because he didn't free none of them. He didn't emancipate them for him or for the South. He did it because it was a better business move. They can make more money with us being off of a plantation like this. Now you got to, instead of us being confined to the Nottoway plantation, now we in all of the state of Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? It made more money for them. And now I don't have to put up no slave quarters for you. I don't have to feed you every day. I'm going to charge you to feed yourself. I'm going to charge you rent now. So it was just a better deal for them. So, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make that little amendment that it had nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, the North being having a little bit more heart than the South. Nah, they just wanted to make sure they can eat off of us like everybody else ate off of us.
That ain't what I was. That's not.
Oh no, yes, like I just want to clarify. You know what I'm saying, for the audience. What I got.
You definitely right though. Like even Abraham Lincoln said, shit. If I could have, accomplished what I wanted to accomplish without having to free the slaves, I wouldn't have.
Fact.
You understand? He didn't give a damn about the slaves. The North didn't.
Fact.
But you know what I'm saying, but like you said, money the root of all evil. You understand? The pursuit of money. And Esau is all about the money. You know what I'm saying? That's where we get it from. All we do is chase the bag. That's our whole fucking, that's a lot. That's our whole, it's a whole mantra now. You know what I'm saying? Get the bag, whatever you got to do, by any means necessary. You understand? Like that's the part I was talking about as far as the economic sense.
Facts.
But, it wasn't a righteous thing they were doing. It was just, they wanted to go about making the money just in a different way. You know what I mean? That's all that was. It, like the abolishment of slavery was just damn near just a collateral damage.
And just to add to what you said, it's the same thing they do nowadays, though. That's your whole Democratic Republican Party. It's the same thing.
Absolutely.
They both gonna hustle you. We gonna hustle you a little bit different than they hustle you over there.
They just differ on how they want to do it. And it reminded me of a story that was this a while back. And we're a little bit we're not off topic though. We're not talking about Nottoway. But it reminded me of a story about, and we'll definitely get right back to it. But it reminded me of a story. Like there was this black guy walking in this so-called white neighborhood, and they didn't think that he belonged there. So these white guys started pressing him. You know what I mean? And one of the white guys wanted to pull out the stick. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to do it. And it was like 3 or 4 white guys. And they were all badgering this black dude who was like, what are you talking about? I live here. They're like, where you live? He like, I ain't got to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm allowed to walk here. And one of them wanted to, pull out the hammer and deal with him. But one of the other guys stopped him. The guy that stopped him wasn't stopping him because he's such an advocate for black people. You know what I mean? He was like, nah, to hell with this dude, but don't shoot him. That ain't the way to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they all hate him equally, but there's like different white people just have a different way of going about dealing with black people. And sometimes they just disagree on how to deal with them.
No,
and that's where it would seem like they got a conflict.
Facts.
So back to the Civil War comment I was making, you had the Confederate versus the, you know what I'm saying, the so-called Yankees or whatever, the North. They, they don't celebrate Memorial Day.
Yeah.
The Confederate don't. because they don't feel like their fallen soldiers during the Civil War are being honored.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying,
facts.
during Memorial Day, so they don't. You know what I mean? Like, and that's that Southern pride. That's that. Yeah, I mean, they just, I don't know. They just kind of, they have this privilege to embrace their heritage, man, that we don't get. You know what I mean? We don't get that privilege. We don't get that luxury, man. So when I take a look at this video I'm about to play in 2 seconds, man, it brings me pleasure to see this, you know what I mean, this staple in their community, this place that, you know, has nothing but rotten history. It's a damn plantation.
Facts.
Call it
Imagine all the lives out of
you
one. That's
understand?
crazy. That's
Got the
crazy.
nerve to still be calling it a plantation. You're not even like, that ain't even calling it a plantation. You couldn't even change it. Call it a museum. Call it something else. No, you got to stick with plantation.
Yep.
And a lot of those southern places do that. They this is plantation, this plantation, that. They hold on to that.
Facts,
When I watch something like this get burnt to the ground, it brings me pleasure. Salakia.
Hey, Salakia, I don't want. It's several in Virginia. It's several in Virginia that I ride about all the time. The Shirley Plantation, the Jones Plantation. It's several of them. You know what I'm saying? When you ride through Virginia, or even up Eastern Shore, coming up that way, you pass by big cotton fields. You know what I'm saying? These big ass cotton fields you riding by.
What is it? What is it called? Salakia, Aisha, I remember we went to that area where they still had the police station up at Eastern Shore and all of that. Wasn't that a plantation? The house we did the video at. It was Somerset or something like that.
It's called the Teakle Mansion. You know what I'm saying? It's the master's house. You understand? When this land was, you know, fields. You know what I mean? It's called the Teakle Mansion. And they do the same thing. But they do the reenactments and stuff. It's damn near, honestly, it might be closed. I don't know. They'll never close it. But it don't get like a lot of business. They're not making millions of dollars. You understand? Like, they're not really killing it like that. But I remember, man, maybe 15 years ago, like, they were doing field trips with the elementary schools, right? And what was so cold about the field trips to this place, right? Because this is a predominantly black, community for real. Like the elementary school populations, you know what I mean? And what always irked me is they would line the kid, they wouldn't even catch a bus to the damn place. They would make the kids walk in a line to this place to see these people dressed as like slaves and the mistress of the house, you know what I'm saying, and to see the different duties and things that they would do and just like really immerse themselves in, that time period, man, which was like, I always understood it to be extremely insensitive, you know what I mean, to have black kids even go to a plantation and see people reenacting slavery, man. Like that's I just don't understand the value in it. And the thing is they try to glorify it. You know what I mean? They try to put a little bow on it, like it's something, to be celebrated when it just really ain't. You know what I mean? There's really no way around it.
Hey, that's so heavy. I don't want. Virginia does the exact same thing. Virginia does the exact same thing. They call it Colonial Virginia. You know what I'm saying? It's it's down there by but yeah, up in Williamsburg. Facts, up in Williamsburg. My son them you know what I'm saying? He had to do a field trip. You know what I'm saying? He had to do a field trip down there. This is before I found, you know what I'm saying, the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm down there. I'm full-fledged, pissed off, mad the whole time. About to get thrown off the place because it was just so shocking to me. Like the kids was go there. We visited certain places. You know what I'm saying, on this little park or whatever. They reenacting, you know what I'm saying, different Confederate shit. You know what I mean? Even the restaurants, right? They got restaurants on there because it's almost like going to Kings and Million or something. You know what I'm saying? The restaurants they got on it, they got black folks dressed up like damn slaves, serving food. I was so hot and heated, you know what I'm saying? But again, this is what they do, and they put it right in front of our face. We ain't supposed to feel no kind of way about it. We supposed to forget where we came from, but they can remember it just like that. You know what I'm saying? It's to me, it was sick when I was there, you know what I mean? And I understand it now, But to be in the world and be absent of this truth is a very hard thing to process. You know what I'm saying? And last point, Confederate Memorial Day is June 7th. So like you were saying, they don't celebrate the other memorial. They got their own Memorial Day. Confederate Memorial Day is a couple weeks after the mob. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
And again, that's we're gonna go ahead and play it. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play this video. Let you see what this thing's supposed to look like. Salakia.
It's a staple in White Castle. I mean, everyone from all over the world came here to tour Nottoway. Just the history. I mean, this was built in the Civil War. It stood this whole time, and now to see it just burned down, it's really sad.
Everybody.
She says, really sad to see that thing burned down. It's been here since the Civil War.
That's fake news. It wasn't built. She lying. It wasn't built in the Civil War. It was built way before the Civil War.
Right. No sweat.
That's really when the business fell. When that Civil War happened, business fell for that mansion.
Yeah. All right. Now check this out. I wonder what this brother's take is going to be on this. All right, let's hear it. Hey, Yagadar, you got that scripture I told you to pull out earlier? It's the lock here. Homeborn.
Give me which one?
Homeborn.
Facts. Yeah, I got that one.
The Water Warrior.
Everybody have their own opinions on Nottoway, but it is White Castle. It's one of the biggest slave plantations in Louisiana. It's historical. As White Castle, we have to think about the people, who was providing for their families.
Nottoway was.
All right, so the brother said, yeah, people got mixed feelings about it. Yeah, I bet they do, right? Then he said, but a lot of people work there. A lot of people were like this plantation running and being operational as whatever the hell they want to call it. People were able to feed their families off of. So let's keep it. You understand? The Bible says a gift destroys the heart, yo. You know what I mean? Oppression make a wise man mad, but a gift destroys the heart. Facts. And the gift destroys the heart. Like this is like you a trinket to continue. You know what I mean? With this monstrosity. You know what I mean? Like this like you couldn't like y'all were saying earlier, you couldn't build a replica Auschwitz in America.
Right. Imagine
try
that.
to have weddings there and try to have proms and try to have reenactments. You couldn't get away with it. You barely got a museum for that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You go take a picture of anything in that museum, put it online, it's getting took off.
Oh yeah, instantly.
As extremely what they call
anti-Semitism. Instantly, the whole ADL gonna be on you instantly, or ADFL, ADL Anti-Defamation League is gonna be all over you instantly. Instantly.
We don't get that. You understand? We don't get that consideration. You know what I mean? Because again, like we just 3/5 of a man. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't feel pain. You know what I mean? So we don't get pain medicine. You know what I mean? Like we don't have emotions. We don't have we don't get to get pissed the hell off about all the injustice and then take justice into our own hands. You understand? Like it's normal to be insensitive to our plight and to tell us to just accept all of these things. You understand? But you got that scripture real quick.
Facts. I'm actually sharing it to you right now.
I gotta drop this one and then put that one. That was how.
Facts. That's no sweat. Yeah, I think we ran that one enough.
What it said? It said Jeremiah 2:14. Man, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled, man? Like to give any damns about this mansion, to give any damns about this big house, to give any damns about anything terrible that happens to a plantation, you just got Stockholm syndrome, and you have just become the perfect slave, man. When people stand up to speak against us, speaking against the crimes that have been committed against our people in this land and have received no justice for,
none.
Somehow we're wrong. And we'll get our own people come up against us, telling us how we should just shut up, how we should just conform, and we should just get with the program. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be so confrontational and things like that. Listen, not being confrontational in the face of injustice against our people is not the way, you know what I mean, that Christ would have it. You understand? Like you can't be a homeborn slave. You got to maintain your identity and your heritage and your way of life, your traditions, your culture, your way of being according to the Most High. You don't get to compromise that because you're in some oppressive society. That Christ demands that even more. You understand? Like you gotta what they say, you gotta carry that cross, man.
Facts.
You understand? You gotta deal with that. And here's the problem: you're not gonna learn. You're not even gonna be told that you have to. You're not gonna learn. You're not gonna be told that you have to, and you're not gonna learn how to outside of the ISUPK under Command and General Yohana, man.
Facts.
You're not gonna learn that from Jamal Bryant. On the other hand, you're not gonna learn that from Jamal Bryant. You're not gonna learn it from TD Jakes. You're not gonna learn it from Creflo Dollar. You're not gonna learn it following Egyptology. You understand? You're not gonna learn it from no Kemetic shrine. You're not gonna learn it from Islam. All you're gonna do is go be a slave to them, the Arabs, with that Islam nonsense, which ain't nothing but a knockoff of some, of what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Jordan shoes that they sell, just got a whole different character dunking the ball.
You got Bart Simpson dunking the ball,
it's some knockoff stuff. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta wake the hell up, man. We gotta learn that it is imperative that we take back our culture and our history, man. We gotta take it back because it was taken from us. You know what I mean? And in part, we gave it up. You understand? Like, our disobedience to the Most High is what caused us to experience this type of hardship. You know what I mean? And to be lost in the sauce the way we are, grasping at straws, trying to, figure things out. But this is the truth, man. The Bible has all the solutions in it. You know what I mean? And more each day with every current event. That's why this show is so important, because the current events highlight who we are, who they are, what the Bible warned us about, what the Bible tells us is going to happen. Like, all the answers are in there. We just got to accept it, but we can't accept it sitting up in the church with, I guess it'd be a good time to segue into that next story, or y'all
we definitely could. I just wanted to drop two more things about this, before we moved on. Just to, by the fact, you stopped that one, I'm going to stop this one, right?
Okay.
I just wanted just so people know we ain't tripping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So no, we ain't tripping.
Yeah, they think we crazy. They think we
I know. We them crazy niggas be on the corner yelling. You know what I'm saying? This is a brochure. This is a brochure of the Nottoway. You know what I'm saying? And I just want you to see just how this joint is worded. You know what I'm saying? The best is yet to come. You feel me? Your perfect day, your way. No matter the size. It talks about the catering, the culinary arts. They got private catering there. Of course, it had over 160 rooms inside the mansion. So all your guests can stay right there overnight. Dress rehearsals. These are the different packages they got. All this in a place where, countless of us were SA'd and unalived and tortured. You know what I'm saying? All this in the same place. Bar packages. You know what I'm saying? Outdoor under the lights on the front lawn. You know what I'm saying? It can hold 200 to 500 people. Up $500 up to 100 guests, $10 per guest thereafter. These are the different ceremonies afterward. Just breaking it down, you know what I'm saying, price wise or whatever, right? $1,000 up to 100 guests. This is just a ceremony only. You feel me? It's crazy, right? And with these price tags, right? $2,000 for up to 100 guests. You know what I mean? These joints, I read up, they did between 80 and 100 weddings per year. You know what I'm saying? So you do the tally on that. Like I said, that's where you get that 2.3 million, 2 to 3 million it was making every year off the plantation. So those are the jobs that the brother's talking about. So you imagine this being your job and you serving hors d'oeuvres or something of that nature. I even saw a TikTok, right, of it was an Hispanic brother, and he was talking about how he was a tour guide, and they fired him from being a tour guide on a joint. Guess why they fired him? Officer Kara, Officer Shah. Yeah, guess why they fired him?
Tell me.
He was showing too much empathy and compassion on it. He wasn't sticking to the script of you know what I'm saying, of the tour guide. He was emphasizing too much on the history of the place. He was talking too much about that slave stuff
About
at this
bullshit.
slave plantation. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. You know what I'm saying? He said he got fired for talking too much about the slave stuff. You feel me? But I just wanted to show this just again to show you some of the prices. You know what I'm saying? Friday, 12,000 F&B, man. You see this, Joe, right? You know what I'm saying? 12,000, 15 stacks, 10 stacks, just so you can get married at the Nottoway Plantation. You can't make this up. You feel me? You can't make it up.
Well, you're gonna have to postpone that wedding arrangement.
Yeah. For now. Oh, yeah, that was the last part. I'm glad you said that, Officer Ashala, because now the owners, they're talking about rebuilding the resort.
Of course.
You know, they got to bring that back. You know what I'm saying? They got to bring that back.
I wonder if they'll still call it a plantation.
I'm pretty sure they are. I'm almost positive they are. You know what I'm saying?
You got me thinking for real about that, sir, because like, you know, if y'all it was in the past, like why keep it a plantation? Why not just call it the mansion? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like
try to cover it up.
The word plant, yeah, that word plantation is like letting you, like, y'all niggas know.
Because the only people in America that's required to give up their heritage, their culture, is blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Everybody else can hold on to everything that they came from, everything they people about. But if you black, Latino, or Native American Indian, you supposed to forgive and forget. You feel me? Forgive and forget.
They still locking up the Germans, man. Like we can't. It's people. You can't go to those concentration camps. You know what I mean? And let them have Germans make that money off of the wrongs they did in the past. We had them here. They used to bring them here. They used to take them here. They got that out of there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They destroyed all of those. I wish you might go there trying to make some money off of that. Like Officer Ashala, you can't even go there, take pictures and just post. That's gonna be considered anti-Semitic. You feel me? They not going for that.
Gonna be shadow banned.
Yeah, facts off top. You know, it ain't coming for you. As yay. You know what I'm saying? They coming for you. But for us, it's all fun and games. It's a big joke. It's cool.
They can reenact that all they want, and you still can't say it's bullshit. They'll fire you.
Nope. Like I said, that's a whole nother show. You know what I'm saying? Why they're cry about the genocide, how that happened to them, why they're committing one of them right now, live and in 4K every day online. You can watch them commit a live genocide right now as we sit here and speak. You feel me? But that's another show. You know what I'm saying?
That's another show. Look, if y'all think we wrong, I mean, y'all sound off in the comments, man. If y'all think we wrong about this Nottoway Plantation, sound off. What's your take on it?
Look, a better question: if you in the comment section, would you have your wedding? I know that's gonna be hard for a lot of our sisters. They don't believe in that garbage. But if you was in the world, if you know somebody, y'all think it's wrong, right or wrong, indifferent to have your wedding at the Nottoway Plantation? If you got an extra 20 stacks to burn, you know what I'm saying, for your wedding, you know what I'm saying, would you have it at the Nottoway Plantation? Is it just their heritage and culture, or hey, are we looking too much into it, Officer Ashala? That's all. I think we just being hateful, Officer Kara. You know what I'm saying?
We'll review the comments. We'll
review them. But I'm ready to move on if y'all like.
Let's move on. Let's move on to why you might not, give a damn about that kind of stuff. This is a pastor, a prominent preacher in the world named Jamal Bryant.
B-More got to hold that. B-More got to hold this one. Y'all got to hold this.
Listen, yeah, kind of. Not gonna lie. This Jamal Bryant, he got his notoriety in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? But like we said earlier, he fled to the
True.
rainbow, the LGBTQ mecca, the ATL. You know?
Hey, he followed the rainbow, the ATL, man, with a whole bag of Skittles in his pocket.
And again, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, you know what I mean? You know, shout out to the ISUPK down in Atlanta fighting against all those LGBTQ demons.
Facts,
work cut out for them, man. Because I'm telling you, and anybody that, you know, a lot of zest, you know, migrates there, man, and settles down and, you know, to live their best life, man. But again, Commander General Yohana has taught us to take on these tasks. You know what I'm saying? There is no task too great for us to, you know, take head on, man. You know what I mean? But this is a pastor, man. And again, it's just like if you were to ask this pastor if he is of the community, he'll say no. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know? I mean, has he ever disclosed his preference? Anybody know?
I know of.
As far as I know, he denies it. As far as I know, he denies it. Hold on, let me do a quick little search. Is he married?
Yeah, I don't know. Last I heard about this dude, he was trying to open up a weed farm with the church money. You know what I'm saying?
He's married. Salakia.
Man.
Yeah. Hold on. I got to get a laugh on this. Hold on. Salakia. Let that breathe. He's married to Dr. Carrie Turner.
I bet.
He's a husband.
I bet. You know, well, I don't know if he should drop the nigga name, but Gorilla Hebrew had a wife too. He had a couple of them.
Listen.
TD Jakes had a wife too, sir.
Yep.
Did he?
Did
he marry?
And P. Diddy had a wife too, sir.
P. Diddy had a wife too. Yeah, P. Diddy had a wife too. You know, Eddie Long.
Eddie Long had a wife too.
Eddie Long had a wife.
I guess that don't mean a damn thing, though.
Yeah.
No sweat. All right, ATL Jamal Bryant has a show. He's talking to Cam Newton. He was kind of flamboyant too, yo. Cam Newton, I don't know if it was the fashion, maybe it just wasn't me, but he has some questionable fashion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the clip.
Go ahead. Yo, wait. Cam Newton is in that squad, man. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say.
I didn't say it. I'm just saying. He was. I don't know. It's just something about it. I don't know. It's weird, and I feel like Cam Newton is one that tries to like masculinize it. You know, in a sense, like try to make it like, nah, just because you dress like a woman don't mean you're gay.
He metrosexual. That's all. He just metrosexual.
I don't think it's that either. It's because he has a football player career, so it's just like, you know, he has the typical, you know, built body. His posture just looks masculine because, you know, he works out, but really, I mean, for real. Well, you know what? It can't even be that, yo. I think he's just on the androgynous side. Like back in the day, they would be like, "Oh, Cam Newton's androgynous." Today, we just sum it all up, man. He's effeminate, definitely. You know what I mean?
A lot of them models.
Well, this video, this video here. I mean, I guess we could kind of weigh both sides of it because Jamal Bryant is going to say some stuff to Cam Newton, and I guess you could just kind of gauge Cam Newton's response to it. You know what I'm saying? To see if he's like, you know, sometimes like today, sometimes people will say something and then a brother here and be like, whoa, or be like, hey, pause. You know what I mean? Like, hold on, what are you doing? What are you saying? You know? Like, let's see if that's his response. And I'll play the video through a couple of times because it's kind of short. But I mean, you just kind of see for yourself, man. Is this your pastor? Because he's got he's got I don't know how many people that are in his church or supporters, but even everybody that, even if you're not a member of his church, there are people outside of his church that are in other churches that would love to go to Jamal Bryant's church. You know what I mean? Like This is every Christian's pastor. I'll say that. Y'all own this. This y'all's pastor. Check this out.
Man.
Oh man.
And they land like it.
Man, listen,
I mean,
I'm back working out.
You put shea butter. You got pretty legs, man.
Oh, you got pretty legs, man.
Sure. You didn't say that.
Anymore?
Oh, you didn't say that. Our officer Aisha Allen. You said you ain't say he said he got pretty legs.
Pretty legs.
I don't know. Salakia for
Hit
not
the
being
nigga with the Maxwell. You got them pretty legs, nigga.
Man,
before
one
he
of
said
them.
anything. Look at how Jamal's sitting.
Look how they both
Jamal's
sitting. Come on, man.
That's not the style that's not in. And then he looks so weak and feminine. He look nasty, like disgusting. Like he look like like it's them LGBTQ community dudes, bro. They got like you got like you can look at one and be like, that nigga it look disgusting.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Then you got one that looks scary. Then you got the scary looking ones that scare you. Like, yo, he look disgusting, man. He look like he probably got. I ain't gonna say, hey, man, look, you gotta be careful, yo.
You know how they be saying like I got an app
sick
for that. You know how they say I got an app for that. I got a scripture for that.
Hold on, you got it queued up right now.
I'm already ready.
Already, you're like 2 seconds into the video. You want to pull a
several.
scripture?
I mean, we can go ahead and finish the video.
Hell no. Let's get this scripture. Let's talk
I'm gonna
about
close
it.
my eyes if we got to watch it more.
Say about this nonsense. Actually,
then he got a Black Power shirt on or something like that.
I'm gonna let the video play through while you find that scripture. But yeah, like this ain't okay. You can't sit like this in the ISUPK.
Man,
you can't sit like this. You can't talk like this. You can't be like this.
Lose your rank sitting like that in the UPK.
Like this is out of order.
You'll be a young man again. You'll be a young man again sitting like this.
We'll get into the scriptures.
You got pretty legs, man.
Oh man,
and they land like it.
It's like he gaming them up. Like he
and look at his face. Look how he blushing. The compliment got this nigga blushing, G.
Yo, listen.
You right? Right.
Come on, man.
It worked. It worked. Got him. I don't know if you ever spit game to a sister, man. You get her to smile after a compliment. You know, said something, man. She get that little.
Hey,
the girl, he make me laugh all the time, girl. He make me laugh.
Hey, sir, you in the world, right? You ever be back into a shorty and you try to make a moment? You know what I mean? Like with the tone that you saying it, like you try to make a moment. He sound like he's trying to make a moment. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to orchestrate a moment while they having a conversation, and just in the middle of the conversation, out of the blue, he say, "You got pretty legs." Yeah. Like he trying to amaze the person, like, "Oh, well, thank you." They
and obviously it worked.
Sodomites.
Obviously it worked by his expression on his face.
And you ask, he is. Look at him. He got this short. Yo, no.
Yeah.
No. No. They high thigh shorts, man. No, don't say they rise when you sit down.
With the high thighs.
No.
With the high thighs, nigga.
Yeah, no. Nah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and finish this joint on up, man. Let's finish it up. I'm tired of looking at this nigga legs, nigga.
They look like boxers. They don't even look like shorts.
Nah, peep the socks though. Like I
peep the
socks. Paused, but like my sister used to have socks like she was little. You know what I'm saying? Like those socks that they wear to church that's got like the lace around the top of it.
Yeah, got the clear the tutu fabric.
The mesh kind of like tutu top. Is that what you got going on with these socks? Listen, okay, all right.
With the pedophile loafers on.
I can see him out on the patio at the Nottoway Plantation. You know what I'm saying? At a wedding reception, wearing that same outfit,
feeling all uppity.
The Pee Wee shoes. They the pedo Pee Wee shoes.
Come on, man.
Man.
All right, I'm about to finish this.
Yeah, let's go ahead and finish that.
You say your legs are pretty and I guess he meant laminated.
Yeah, I think he meant I think laminated, like plastic.
What's that? Laminated, like, oh my god! All right,
man. Listen, I'm back working out.
You put shea butter, Jergens.
Oh, you see that?
They're glowing in the dark.
I'm just
Y'all
nourished.
zoom in. Do not skip leg day.
Don't do that.
Do not.
Don't do that.
Look, Cam trying to cook. You trying to whoa! Why you shooting shots at me, man? I'm straight. What you doing? He trying to sit up a little bit. Man, you got to be kidding me. This y'all's pastor, yo. You pastor. Hey, look, and you know them Christians, they believe in monogamy.
Yeah.
Your pastor ain't supposed to be gaming up his interview guests. He's supposed to be gaming up Cam Newton for the shea butter oil down of the century. He on that Diddy. He's like, I don't fool with the baby oil. I use shea butter and Jergens, in a real way. This is a terrible shame.
In a real way. In a real way, though.
Man, any scripture will do it. There's 1,000 scriptures in the Bible about how wrong this is.
1,000 of them.
Farah don't like.
Sometimes you got to remind people, like, it's okay, but the work has to be done.
Oh, listen, it's evident. It pays off.
Know what I'm saying? I'm back eating right, trying to live right.
Yes.
I done purged my tongue since last speaking with you. So I don't curse no more. I try not to curse no more. I had a flare up the other day, but
tell me that ain't a Christian. Tell me this ain't the epitome of Christianity.
It really is, man. I didn't even get this far in the video. You know,
like you said, you told me about purging my tongue, which sounds gay. Salakia. You told me about purging my tongue, so I'm purging my. I don't think that's what he was talking about, Cam. I think you missed it. I don't think he was talking about that. He was talking about wanting to purge your tongue.
Hey, Salakia, if I may, I know we're going to get to the scriptures, but I mean, this joint is just so crazy. You talking about purging your tongue. You talking about cuss words. You talking about any and everything that ain't in the damn Bible. He ain't say nothing about them dreads. He ain't say nothing about you sitting there with your legs all out shined up and shit for this name. He ain't say nothing about none of that as your pastor, as your religious leader, your faith leader. He ain't tell you nothing about none of that. You know what I'm saying? But he did tell you don't say them bad words no more. Man, if y'all don't get up out these damn churches, man. If y'all don't get up out these damn churches, you feel me? The Most High got something special plan for these damn for Christianity and for these doggone churches. I mean, I don't even see how you sitting up in there in 2025 and you don't see the same things that we see and think that this is okay. And like you say, this dude got millions of followers. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds of thousands of followers or whatever, man. You feel me? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
He's rich off of their devotion to him and their loyalty.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know if it's any more in the video, but we got a couple scriptures we gonna hit with this.
Oh, with this video off of there. Well, let me just finish what I was saying. I can get the picture down, because I remember what he said. He said, "Yeah, you told me about purging my tongue, so I've been working on that. So I don't cuss no more." Well, actually, the other day I did have a flare.
I had a flare up.
Goddamn flare.
They got HIV at the mouth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Salaki. He had a flare up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
don't you have flares with herpes and all that? This nigga got a flare up. Who even talk like that, man? Who talks like that? I'm done.
And I don't remember what Jamal said. I'm sure Jamal said, "Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No big deal. I told you can't. God don't want you cussing. You run around cussing. But God don't care. It's okay.
It's okay."
Like, that is not how the God of the Bible operates. He told you don't do something. He's not playing with your disobedience. You understand? Like Israel has to wake up to that. We got to realize God ain't playing about our disobedience to him is going to hurt. We got to sit here. Listen, we got to sit here and watch plantations continue to be run in America, man.
2025.
Meanwhile, slavery's slavery's in the past. Like get over it. That ain't how God operate, man. God is punishing us for our disobedience. If God say don't do something, you can't do it and think that there won't be consequences for it. Now let's look at what God did say not to do, Cam Newton and Jamal Bryant with your purged tongue. You understand?
Facts.
What you got here?
Facts.
Yagadar?
Like I said, it's so many, you know what I'm saying, scriptures in Deuteronomy 4:6 when it says that this Bible is our wisdom and our understanding to the nations. You know, it's a reason why Esau and the other nations look at us as weak. It's a reason why. And it's because we don't do anything that has to do with this Bible. You know, so all that advice that he giving them, he not reading this to them though. Isaiah 3:9 says that the show of their countenance, the countenance is your face, how you look. This goes back to what Officer Corral was saying. You know what I'm saying? You can look at them and tell. You can look at them and see. So the fact that you sitting in that church, you sitting in that mosque. I rode through Baltimore today. I'm on your side of the town. You know what I'm saying? I rode through Baltimore, Corral. I don't know what you got going on in the city, nigga. I saw a whole bunch of men's in dresses, you know what I'm saying? And they women's covered it with the hijabs on. It's some kind of convention or something going on in downtown Baltimore today. But it says that the show of their countenance doth witness against them. You feel me? You can look at them and see what they about. I don't care how big your muscles is. I don't care how far you can throw a damn football. You sitting up there with cocoa butter all on your legs, you know what I'm saying, blushing and cheesing because this dude done told you your legs look good. It's showing all over your face, you know what I'm saying. These are the instructions the Most High really gave us. This is what it really says in the Bible. It says the show of their countenance doth witness against them. It's witnessing against them, you know what I'm saying, and they declare their sin as Sodom. You know what I'm saying? When them angels in Sodom, you know what I'm saying? They was trying to, when they got there, they was about to destroy all of it. You know what I'm saying? And Lot told them, look, if you can find one good man, 10 good men, you know what I'm saying? He dwindled the number down, and it couldn't find no good man among. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we at in Atlanta. That's Atlanta now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Slack. What would you say?
I said they were all gay.
All of them. All of them. And that spirit on them, you know what I'm saying, is just like the oppressor. It may come off as nice and it's funny and all that, but it's really a violent spirit. It's a violent spirit that's on them. You can look at the stats, and in those relationships, it's just as high, if not higher, you know, as far as domestic violence or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's it's a spirit that's born and bred out of abuse. You know what I mean? If you really want to get down to the root of it, it says the show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They had it not. You can't hide it. It's written all over your face. You know what I'm saying? It says, woe. That word woe means death and destruction unto their soul. For they have rewarded evil unto themselves. You know what I'm saying? We have got to get back to this word. Get back to what the Most High instructed us to do. You know what I mean? And it don't matter. A lot of us like to misrepresent manhood, you know what I'm saying, because you play football, you play a sport, you know what I'm saying. It's nothing that has any kind of masculinity like being in the ISUPK and listening and doing what God said do. You feel me? Again, I don't care about how you prevail, you know what I'm saying, in sports. You feel me? Or how much money you got. You feel me? None of that has anything to do with what the Most High said a man was, what a woman should be, what a man should be. And like I said, we just got to get back to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is exactly what Corral was talking about it. I mean, it's written all over their face and you can't have it. And what's so sad about this last part I say about, you know what I'm saying, when Eddie Long was S.A.N. all those boys, and those boys grew up, became men, and they started exposing them. You know what I'm saying? None of the church members left Offside Shah. None of them left. They all stayed there. All of them stayed right there in that church. And then when the Most High, you know what I'm saying, started to destroy him on film for everybody else in the world to see, as he shriveled up, and they try to lie and say, well, he just got cancer. Okay. As the Most High shriveled him up for the world to see, they still try to act like they didn't see what they still try to act they didn't see what we knew and we saw. It was right in front of our face. You saw the pictures when he in the little shorts like Cam Newton is doing right there. You know what I'm saying? All in the picture. All how Martin say all shined up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? In the pictures that he done sent to these other, which were now men in this church. You know what I'm saying? It shows all over their face, and you don't see it because you don't want to see it. Either you don't want to see it, you know what I'm saying, or you actually, maybe you can't see it. Maybe you believe Jamal Bryant. Maybe you believe, you know what I'm saying, it's all about you not saying no bad words, and that's all the Lord concerned with. I'm showing you right here. We showing you right here. The Lord is concerned about, you know what I'm saying, the countenance that you show, how you present yourself as a man or as a woman. We ain't supposed to get down with that at all. You know what I mean? And like I said, I got a couple more. I don't know if y'all want to jump on this scripture right here. You know what I'm
not
saying?
this one. I want the next one. I want that first.
Yeah, because it also talk about that being effeminate. You know what I'm saying? I was going
Corinthians where I was going with it. If you don't want to share it, I will.
Facts. I already got it queued up by the way.
I knew you did.
You know what I'm saying? I already got it queued up. I got you.
Guru.
I got you. I got you. It don't make no sense, man. Just how so adverse we are to the Lord, and then how these pastors don't teach nothing out the Bible. Yeah, they don't teach you nothing in the Bible.
Listen, Lockie, if I may,
go ahead.
He told Cam Newton to purge his tongue. He said, "Man, watch your mouth, man."
Facts.
He said, "Watch your mouth, shorty."
not what's going in it. You know what I'm saying? Why we're going in it? You know what I mean?
He might have called him shorty. Hell if I know. I don't think he beyond him. You understand? 1 Corinthians 6:9 says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?" Ain't that what the hell Christianity is all about? Everybody sitting up in them services all day Sunday, trying to get to heaven,
saved and sanctified,
where God resides, and to get their reward in heaven. Don't you know unrighteous shall not inherit? And it says, "Be not deceived," Cam Newton. It says, "Be not deceived, you Christians." It says, "Be not deceived, you Jamal Bryant followers, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate." What the hell does effeminate mean? What does that mean? Huh? Is it a sin for a woman to be effeminate? Huh? Is there anything wrong with a woman being feminine? Well, what is the definition of effeminate? Can we look up effeminate? My Zondervan's up there.
I got you. I can read it for you right now. The one.
Yeah, we could, Baba Kasha. What the hell is effeminate?
Most High Christ, effeminate out of the Merriam's. Effeminate out of the Merriam's dictionary. Definition 1: having feminine qualities, untypical of a man. Untypical of feminine qualities. Untypical of a man.
Untypical of a man. So it's a man acting like a damn woman, doing things that are feminine. Both these brothers are doing this right now. Jamal Bryant sitting there with his legs crossed, gaming up, you know what I mean? I guess he retired as a Patriots quarterback, but most of his career was spent as a Carolina Panther. You understand? Out there on the field. And now you sitting in the presence of Jamal Bryant, you're crossing your legs just like him. You got your legs all oiled and sheened up, begging for a compliment from this sodomite, and you got it. And we're absolutely pleased with yourself to receive it. Effeminate, man. But purge your tongue. But don't cuss. Don't say damn. Don't say shit. Like, come on, man. Like, this is the standard. This is
it's
what
a little bit bold. It's a little bit bolder though. It says not manly in appearance or manner. That's all.
Manner, your behavior, you act gay. You a man. You act like a woman. There's your whole movement according to the Bible. Knock it off. The hell are you doing? Conforming to the abuse that you received. Conforming to what some abuser, you understand, some predator put you through. And now you accept what they put you through as what you are. Come into the ISUPK. Get some counsel, man. Get some counsel about why you feel the way you do. Why you feel like you should be effeminate because some man took advantage of you. Come find out how, what that man did to you was wrong. You don't like what happened to you should never have happened.
Facts.
You understand? Like, we understand that. You need to understand that. that does not mean that that is what you are. Now, I don't know. It's such a psychological and a spiritual warfare that's going to take place within these brothers and sisters who struggle with, you know what I mean, their identity after abuse. Like, abuse changes you. I get that. But you don't become, it's a war that you wage. You understand? You don't, here's what General Muhammad taught me. You don't be a victim, you be a victor.
Facts.
You understand? You survived it. You go and take on that lifestyle to try to justify what happened to you. You become the last part of this scripture. You can read that for me, Baba Kashad. Nor abusers.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
Abusers of who?
Of themselves.
Of who?
Themselves.
Of themselves. You go and now the abuse that you experienced, you now go and voluntarily do it to yourself over and over and over and over and over again with mankind, with men that were just like your abuser. You understand? You become a prostitute. You become some goddamn Jamal Bryant. You know, like this is what you are not allowed to do according to the Bible, man. But the Christian church, they think this is cute. This I don't think there was any pushback about this outside of what we're doing to it right now. I don't recall anybody saying that this was a pause moment or what the hell is going on here? A WTF?
Hey, well, Salaki out of one. Salaki, they used to Shay Shay. They used to Shay Shay got a hit podcast. If you can watch Shay Shay and you don't see nothing wrong with that, or nothing wrong with a man calling himself damn it Shay Shay, they might not see nothing wrong with what Cam and Jamal Bryan doing. Salaki,
that's you gotta point to that too with like him, even his mannerism. You know what I'm saying? Like his whole everything. Everybody could look at Shannon Sharpe and tell like either you are strongly effeminate or you're LGBTQ. Like you know what I mean? And then for him to like have success off of just, you know, everything that you see about him, of him just not being manly at all. You know, walking around with a cup poodle, you know what I mean? And with it inside of a bag. Him with a purse. You know what I'm saying? Him swinging his arm, you know, while he walking with his whole mannerism, his nickname, Shay Shay, like everything. And then he's just, it's like, they're going to give you money if you act effeminate or if you show us that you are okay with being effeminate, we're going to give you money. The fingernail polish, all of it. I wanted to take it back to a milk scripture if I can and just be like back to the core. You know what I'm saying? Leviticus 18:22. Like it's all confusion. Like
getting that Yagadar?
I got you out of one.
The water. So Cam Newton, when he readjusted his legs, that was to show you he felt uncomfortable. You know what I mean? He felt uncomfortable. He was confused. You know what I mean? Whenever you feel confused with some stuff like this is the spirit of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bring you back, trying to remind you that this ain't the way that you're supposed to be. The Bible tells you that it's confusion. In Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22, it tells you blatantly what you shouldn't do. You know what I mean? That thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. When you drop down to verse 23, right, it goes into detail about other things that you shouldn't do. And at the end, it tells you it is confusion. If somebody tell you your legs look pretty, you know what I'm saying? Or they give you some feminine type of energy or LGBTQ vibe, and you feel confused, like what is this? Is he gay or Salakia? Damn. Is he this? All of that is confusion. That's the Most High's lesson to you. Huh?
He flirted with that man.
Yeah, he flirted with him. He flirted with you. He could like what is going on?
If there was a woman sitting up there and he said that too, his wife would listen. There'd be problems. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we at the Flav. I'm going to HR. I'm going straight to HR on this nigga. Straight HR. I feel violated.
It ain't even if his wife was there and they heard him say that. I think his wife would be like, "What? What is you know what I'm saying?"
Like, hold on, not my man. Like he's my man. Cam Newton over there blushing. She'd be ready to fight Cam Newton.
Cam felt embarrassed. He felt confused. He felt embarrassed, confused. You know what I'm saying? That's why he adjusted his legs. If his shorts was a little bit more longer, he'd have pulled them down. He'd have tried to he would have tried to pull him down. But that's on Cam. I hope he learns a lesson with that. I hope that uncomfortability be his shame for him to say, I don't even want to wear shorts like this no more. You know what I'm saying? It's bringing the wrong type of energy that I don't want. You know what I'm saying? On television. You know what I mean?
Hey, side note, I don't wear shorts. My real be always like, I don't wear shorts. Not to say shorts is unlawful.
My shorts go past my knees when I wear them.
Yeah, hey, they got to be some culottes. Hey, they go have to be those culottes, nigga. Shit, damn near at your ankle.
I look like an old head with my
facts.
I'm like an unk. I'm still in the damn 80s, yo. Look,
nah, but like what you said is so heavy though, man. I'm slack, y'all don't want to go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like, damn, nah, you got it. I done lost my point. I'll get it back in a second.
Nah, I was just saying, you know, what Karal was saying is just so heavy, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our mannerism and how it's important for our men to be men. And it's important for our women to be men, to be women. And it's been so much confusion. And, you know, and the Bible said, Most High says that I'm not the author of confusion. You know what I'm saying? And so he didn't cause this confusion. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't come from the Most High. You feel me? The Most High is very clear on what's acceptable and what's not acceptable as far as us being the children of Israel. Exactly. Now, what the rest of them other nations do is what they do. But you got to understand and got to realize that's what they've always done. It's a reason why the Most High wrote all this stuff out in the Bible for us. We was coming out of Egypt, you know what I'm saying? And for them, that's part of their culture. The Most High knew we was going to be underneath these damn Romans at one point. And guess what? For them, that's their culture. You know what I'm saying? It's a movie. I don't know if y'all are familiar with it. With Leonidas and 300. You know what I'm saying? It came out back in the day. I don't know if y'all ever seen it before. Y'all seen 300 before?
Seen it. I seen it.
And you know, I remember watching it when it first came out. I was in the world. I was younger. My kids was younger, whatever. It wasn't until I got in the truth and later on I learned, you know what I'm saying, that Roman culture, those 300, those was 150 sets of lovers. That's what that 300, that's what Leonidas them was. Gotcha. That was there. That's historical. You can pull that up now. When Xerxes and them defeated them, they buried them in the shape of a penis. That's what they buried them in because they knew that that's what they were. That was their culture. That's why they fought the way that they fought. You know what I'm saying?
Xerxes and them was gay too, though.
Oh yeah, facts. They all were. You know what I'm saying? Again, so that the other nations, that's just their culture. That's who they are. But for Israel, for us, if you Black, Latino, or Native American Indian, you're not allowed to do that. You know what I'm saying? You're just not allowed to do that. That's all.
They was a LGBT community parade with swords and shields.
Facts. Said they were crossing swords for real.
Oh, Lord.
They went just on the battlefield crossing swords. Hey, in the downtime, you crossing swords. Didn't know how to put the swords down. You know what I'm saying? I think the Bible said he was gonna live. When his gift is, man, I'm stopped. I'm a yield right there. I'm done.
Now look, that remind me of my point earlier. Like in this society, it's a lot of zesty stuff that get a pass that we don't even understand as inappropriate. Like, there are some things that I used to do in the world that I'll never do again. You know what I mean? Like, and that's only because of the truth. Like, Salakia, because of what I realized after coming into the truth. You understand? And I'm gonna name two of them, right? It was nothing as a previous, you know, let's a lot of you out there like to smoke that weed, right?
I was gonna say the same thing. I
It
know
is
right where
nothing
you're
for
going.
you
Facts.
to take a blunt that another man done cracked open, done licked on, done spit on, slobbered on, licked on it again, set it on fire, licked on it and sucked on it, and then he hands it to you,
And you do
and
the
you go
same
and
damn
put it in
thing.
your mouth and suck on it again.
Facts.
Effeminate.
Facts.
You like you cannot be serious to think that that is okay. I'll give you one more. You know, brothers used to you know, get a bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts.
One thing I've never seen in the ISUPK is a brother bring a bottle to the school or anywhere, and a brother drink out of that bottle. A brother take that bottle and turn it up to his head, and then hand it to another brother to turn up to his head, so on and so forth.
Facts. Facts.
Like, there's a sophistication in the class to the way we learn to do things in the ISUPK, and it's just manly. You understand?
Facts.
Like, we don't drink after, like, we don't share cups. You know what I'm saying? We don't share bottles. We don't share blunts. We don't do these things, man. This is effeminate, man. This is gay. You understand? And it's normalized when, you know, if you really think about it, you'll knock that off, man.
Facts.
You will knock that off. You will stop doing that, man. Stop doing that. If you're a brother out there, you know what I'm saying, you ain't in the truth or whatever, I mean, you have to acknowledge that is zesty behavior. That is Jamal Bryant complimenting Cam Newton's shiny legs.
Facts.
You licking on that damn that Dutch master. You understand? Like, knock it off, man.
Hey, this the ad to that out of one. So go ahead, Karan.
No, I was real quick. I was gonna say when we was talking about this story and Aisha Allah was telling me about it, I was like, I had reminded him about a time in my youth. I think I was like 13 or 14, and I said, me and my mom got into it about a fatherly figure in my life that used to cross his legs all the time. And she told me that, I said it was LGBTQ, and she said, no, that's just mean. No, I said he was effeminate. Right? And she said, no, he's just sophisticated. You know what I mean? He just got a little bit of sophistication to him or whatever, right? So then Aisha Allah gave a good thought to me. Aisha Allah was like, say, you know what? That's crazy that at 13, right, he said, you know, he was the same. He said, we have the ability to just know. You know what I mean? Like, he's a grown adult. You know what I'm saying? He was like 46 or something. That doing that, I would know that this is effeminate. Like, no, I ain't crossing my legs. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to Aisha. I was like, you know what? That's exactly right. You know, like that's not even 13 years really on the earth. Like, you know, at like 5 years old, that's when I started realizing, you know, that, you know, this is what boys do and this is what I'm gonna do. So it wasn't even 13 years that it took me to realize that. It was more just like, you know, like 8, you know what I mean? 8 years on the earth, and I just realized that this is effeminate. You know what I mean? Right. He's 46 years old, 47 years old, and he is comfortable. I never even thought that it was comfortable. Like, damn, it's crossing your, like, how is that comfortable for you to sit? You know what I mean? So
it's Salaka, just to kind of add to what both of y'all was saying. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says, out of the mouth of babes, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna speak truth. And then, you know what I'm saying, to add to what you were saying about the weed and about, you know what I'm saying, you seeing your pops, you know what I'm saying, crossing his legs or whatever.
Salaka, sir. It wasn't my pops.
Oh, slide. Yeah, he said, let me clear that up real quick. You know what I'm saying? but like, you know what I'm saying? Just for you to even be able to recognize that. I remember when I was in the world, you know what I mean? And if like I knew something was wrong with it, right? I remember getting into it with my rib at the time, and she was against that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to still fight. You know what I'm saying? Still fight the drug addiction or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, I roll my own. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like that makes it any different, or like that made it any better. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still the same act. You feel me? And then last thing I was gonna say, I don't know if y'all familiar with Rustin Bayard. You know what I'm saying? Y'all familiar with Rustin Bayard?
I've heard the name.
That was Martin Luther King's sidekick.
Exactly.
That's who helped him come up with the whole non-violent between him and Gandhi. That's where he got his whole non-violent sticks from. You know what I'm saying? And Rustin Bayard was a known alternative lifestyle member out of Atlanta, a known. You know what I'm saying? And even at the time back then, it wasn't as accepted as it is now. You know, so a lot of that sophistication, that church life, those mannerisms, a lot of that is founded by that LGBT, you know what I'm saying, by that alternative, you know what I'm saying, by them. So that's what we get a lot of that from, not even realizing it, you know what I'm saying. So it's just crazy how you mentioned that, and you mentioned that as well, both, you know what I'm saying. And that cat Jamal Bryant, like I said, the last news I heard about him, he was actually trying to open up a weed farm. You feel me? With the church money, you know what I'm saying.
Definitely. You want to put the young boys on the block.
Facts.
He's disgusting. He's a pig.
Yeah, that's how you know he's all about money. Like really is a business. He thinking of business opportunities, not trying to how he want to get the young men off the streets, how he want to get the guns out of the youth hand, how he want to end addiction, how he wants to end molestation and all worry. He got a mind to make more money.
Facts.
Look,
and that's crazy. Go ahead, Ottawa.
No, I was gonna say, like, he don't give a damn about the kingdom of heaven.
Facts.
Like, and I think that's something I've been realizing more and more the longer I'm in the truth and the longer I battle Christians about the Bible.
They don't care.
I don't think Christians want the kingdom of heaven. I don't think they know what they asking for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want a place that doesn't have Christmas. You want a place that doesn't have 4th of July. You want a place that doesn't have LGBTQ. You want a place that doesn't have seafood boils and pork chops and chitlins. You don't want the kingdom of heaven. You don't want it. You can't want it because none of that's there.
Right, God on God. They don't want a place. They are asking for a place where none of the things that they love will be there.
Facts. Facts.
None of it.
You know what I'm saying? Really, they asking for their hell. That's what they really act in a crazy sense, because none of the things that they love to do, LGBTQ and all the things that officer, you know what I mean, of 1,000 ideologies name is not going to be there.
Facts.
It's confusing.
No weed, no Mother's Day, no Christmas, you know, no 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it won't be no Juneteenth in the kingdom of heaven. I hate to break y'all heart. You know what I'm saying?
Horoscopes.
You can't celebrate no birthdays.
And that's
ain't no birthdays. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no bridezillas in the kingdom of heaven. We ain't doing no month-long weddings.
Ain't no Stockholm syndrome either.
Nah,
ain't no glorifying no goddamn plantation in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Hey, no, I have a dream. No Martin Luther King in the kingdom of heaven, nigga. That's dead.
Won't be no caping for the oppressor in the kingdom of heaven. You can kill that kill that noise.
Facts.
All right, y'all ready for the next story?
I feel Corral over there yawning. We gotta get to it fast. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not yawning because I'm sleepy. I'm just yawning. I don't know why.
I'm with y'all.
Hey, I'd rather them yawn than to do that thing.
The disappearing at, you know what I'm saying?
that was the screen. The screen be pausing.
I guess we'll close out, Yagadar.
Oh, you talking about that? That'd be yeah.
Every time. Well, that's a show.
For 2 hours, then it's his bedtime, and he just cut out.
So that's it for the night, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no salute or nothing. Look, now we'll hit this one real quick, man. This is Corral segment, man. This is called Esau Gone Wild. Y'all can pretty much expect to see, at least one of these each week, man. Somewhere in the lineup of stories we'll cover. I'm gonna go ahead and play the video. I'm gonna share the video. Well, I actually already got it shared. I'm gonna add it to the screen. What? Nope. I'm gonna change the format of our screen, and basically, black people have a rap for being hooligans and thugs and just untamed and just can't get, you can't trust them. They just always on some BS. You know what I mean? Well. I'll let y'all just check this out. Let me know if y'all can hear it or not, man. I ain't really try to. This is from Facebook, so here she goes.
Oh my god!
They fast now. I give them that.
I ain't even know the devils could run that fast. You know what I'm saying?
I'll give them that. They were fast. That was fast. I'll give them that. Okay, those are alarms.
Oh my gosh.
He wasn't fast the first one. That's why they let him go out first. They said you go first.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
Well,
but black people supposed to be the only people that steal. We need to get followed every time we go in the store.
Fact.
We need to get followed around, and harassed, and we need to get stopped. And what's they call stop and frisk. You know what I'm saying? We need to get stopped and frisk and followed around the store because black people they steal all the time.
Come on, facts.
White people, but Esau steals too. You know what I mean? Esau steals too. What kind of store is this? They in the mall. They stealing in the mall. That's brave thievery. You know what I mean? You gotta run out the mall.
This is like a Macy's. They fucking looting Macy's. They're looting Macy's while people are just shopping. Like
and they don't look poor.
It ain't even like in the midst of no civil unrest where everything's on fire to shit boarded up and stuff, and they done broke down the board and went in there and helped themselves. Like this is like daytime. Daytime. They running through the mall. Hey, you wanna know what else I peeped? That's funny as hell. I don't see nobody chasing them.
Ain't nobody chasing them. That's what I was gonna say out of one. You read my dad. You read my mind. Exactly what I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Just real quick. I got a scripture. You know what I'm saying? If you can put it up on the screen for me, out of one.
Just kidding. I got you.
But I'm gonna be quick on it. You know what I'm saying? Like you pointed out, wasn't nobody chasing them. You know what I'm saying? Zechariah 11:5 says, you know what I'm saying, who's possessed slay them. You know what I'm saying, to hold themselves not guilty. You feel me? And that's what happens. They do stuff like this, and they're not known as the thieves. They've stole a continent, stole a population of people, stole everything that you see and call it theirs. You know what I'm saying? We in America right now, steal everything, and they're not known as the thieves. They brought all the drugs into America. Shocker, a spoiler alert. If you didn't know, every drug you have, it came in here and got here from the oppressor. Period, point blank. You can't get around that. You know what I'm saying? That's just who they are. But we're known as the drug dealers. We're known as the drug users and so forth. You feel me? And one thing that you did not see in that video, you didn't see, like Officer Mashallah said, you didn't see nobody chasing them. Wasn't nobody running them down. You know what I mean? Back in 2023 in August, I did a story on a sister named Takaya Young. This was a pregnant sister. She wasn't shoplifting, but they followed her out the store all the way to her car. As she got in the car, the officer shot through the window. This pregnant sister unalived her and the baby. You know what I'm saying? As she's saying, I didn't do anything. Now she's scared. Now she upset. She puts the car in drive. Pop, he unalived her right there. Said he was in fear of her life. She was trying to run him over, which she wasn't. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see, they follow her out the store, chased her out the store, even though it's a law that says they're not even supposed to do that. Security isn't supposed to be able to chase you out the store. I forget the precedent, Supreme Court case that came down and said they're not even supposed to do that. They're not even supposed to be able to stop you when you're walking out the store to check your ID and check your receipt and all of that. That's illegal. It's illegal for them to pursue you. That's why you didn't see them pursuing them devils as they running out or trotting, slow trotting out the store with their goods they have just stole. You know what I'm saying? But the protection for us and our people, you know what I'm saying? In Proverbs 3 and 31 says, envy thou not the oppressor. Even though we got the rap sheet as being the thief, the drug dealer, the criminal, we got the rap sheet of being an unalive. Everybody's so scared of our hood. The oppressor got billions of bodies. I don't know no black man that's done drop no nuclear bombs on nobody. Officer Karat. I ain't never seen that before. I don't know no black man, you know what I'm saying, that had millions of people enslaved. You feel me? I don't know no black man that reached the continent, told the queen, send me 50 men. Send me 50 men. These people so nice and kind and peaceable. You send me 50 men and we're going to take over all of them. And then pursued and went to unalive. Some reports say 77 million Native Indians. I done read other reports that say it's up to 150 Native American Indians. They unalive to take this land right here called America. But we're known as the thieves. We're known as the thieves and the criminals. Proverbs 3 and 31 says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. We got to stop acting like these people. We got to stop following these people. We have got to stop choosing their ways. And by stopping choosing their ways, we're going to gain the Lord's protection. And we won't have to worry about nobody chasing us out the store when we didn't steal anything. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to add that to it. Like I said, you spotted that like I spotted that. And it's just so crazy what we got to go through when they the real thieves. They the real thieves. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a great joint, a great addition to the show, Officer Karat. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, sadly, feel the same way about each other as this oppressor does.
Right.
Karat.
Karat?
I'm here, sir.
It's your segment. You got any more on that?
Nah, basically, the white man is the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like, he hit all the points. Like, you know, that's their quality. You know what I mean? He hit the right scripture, sir. You know what I mean? Choose none of their ways. Like, for me, like, this is their game. Like, this is their go-to, you know, this is their thing, to steal. To steal. Like President Trump talked about, you know, when he had the Doge go into like how many people were still getting Social Security for like that passed away. He said they had checks coming in that was like 200 years old and 150 years old. We don't know, right? Because we got our own poverty in the hood that we're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? But if you only knew all of the things that they are stealing, you know what I mean? You think they got businesses because they are hardworking people. You know what I mean? No. They got businesses because they steal money.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And they don't even look like no poor people that was running in the store. You ain't see them with no rags clothes on. You know what I mean? You seen her with a nice clean sweater running out of here. Hair look clean, pinned up. They didn't look like they was hungry or they was needy. They was just looking like they was stealing because they just want to steal and make money and make more money. That was it, sir.
Facts.
Well, damn it. All right. Well, there is one more segment, I guess. You know, one more story. I know we at the 9:30 mark.
Oh yeah,
we started late, so we ran late. But I mean, in case anybody don't know, hold on, I'll just share it. The brother from Carmelo Anthony. You guys are all familiar with that. We covered that a few weeks ago.
Okay.
With the high school student that, you know, unalived another high school student, you know what I'm saying, at a track event. You know what I'm saying? And what appears to be self-defense. Well, they're basically trying this 17-year-old as an adult.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
So, I mean, we'll unpack that. You know what I'm saying? Next week, maybe go into great detail.
Facts, yeah, we can. I mean, a little bit more should be out about it by then. Yeah, that'll be too wild.
So maybe we'll cover this next week. We'll do some more Esau Gone Wild. We're gonna do another segment of Is This Your Pastor?
That's
We gotta
crazy.
get our people out that church. That church just, I mean,
Hey, and Salakia, you may even be able to use this little devil right here, you know what I'm saying, for that Esau Gone Wild joint, at least a snippet of it from some of the videos I saw online, you know what I'm saying. He was real reckless at the mouth, known to be a bully the whole nine, you know, and you know, it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is gonna be a definitely a good one to unpack. Country been going crazy over it, the double standard. Everybody wanna crucify the young brother for defending himself, but no crucifixion for George Zimmerman. They even trying to get Derek Chauvin out of jail right now. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So you know,
George Zimmerman was acquitted, right?
Facts.
He was completely acquitted. He did no wrong.
Yep. Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted. Kyle Rittenhouse drove with the strap.
It's
you know what I'm
crying
saying?
ass.
Yep.
Whatever, yeah.
Yep. Cried, and he got a whole lot of smiling after that case, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, interviews.
So,
he
you know,
probably should. The woman that
Yep.
called the child a nigger on the playground.
$800K last time I checked. $800K, and I thought that was a hate crime. $800K.
I think it's $1 million right now.
It may be. Look, that was a couple of days ago when I checked. It may be at a mill.
Be rounding up, but
it may be a mill. It may definitely be a mill.
She got $5 for it. It's too much. Like, what are you doing?
Hey, but nah, hey. What's so crazy? Well, I mean, we'll talk about. I know we wrap it up. You know, I ain't even gonna get started on old Shiloh Hendrix. I ain't even gonna get started on. You know what I'm saying?
We'll get it. No sweat, man. I mean, anybody got any last words, y'all? I mean, other than that,
I was just gonna say the water for everybody that joined us tonight. You know what I'm saying? We really appreciate, you know what I'm saying, y'all support, y'all coming through. You feel me? A lot goes into, you know what I'm saying, bringing y'all this show. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure we keep doing it. Y'all make sure y'all keep tuning in. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
That's it.
Stay tuned. Next week, Sunday, 7-ish. Next Sunday, 7-ish.
Like 7 like.
Somewhere around there.
Around about. We're gonna be on time next week, Lord allow.
Facts. We'll be here. Lord willing, we're gonna be right here.
Everybody's, participation, views, comments, shares, subscriptions. You understand? So with that, we'll catch y'all next time. Shalom.
Whoa, to America. Whoa, to America.
God is gonna destroy this empire, man. Let me tell you something, black man. You gotta put on your strength now, man. Put back on your strength and might, black man, because your day is coming. Your day is coming because the Lord is gonna bring judgment on this earth.
Whoa, to America.